Here.
So good morning. Thank you for joining us today. Today I'm joined by Edwin Maurice Cayenne, JSO's Chief of Homeland Security, Jordan Dowling, JSO's Commander of our Narcotics and Vice Section, Fred Dash, JSO's Narcotics Lieutenant and Vice Lieutenant, Joe Scargill, Special Agent in charge of Jacksonville Field Office for the United States Secret Service, Carl Harold, Director of the Gaming Enforcement for the Florida Gaming Control Commission, and Emily Frazier, Assistant Statewide Prosecutor, to announce the results of a long-term undercover illegal gaming investigation, Operation Fish and Chips. This multi-agency operation, spearheaded by the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office's Vice Unit, ran from March 2023 to December of 2024 and culminated in the arrest of 12 criminals. One arrest warrant remains outstanding. The following people were arrested for charges including violations of Florida's Racketeer, Influenced, and Corrupt Organizations Act, conspiracy to commit racketeering, in violations of the Florida Money Laundering Act, and various charges related to the possession of and use of illegal gambling equipment in houses. Ryan Strickland, Robin Rukab Azam, George Azam, Jerry Bass, Michael Sufan, Julie Shinara, Madge Dabas, Hugh Viquez, Candace Jackson, and Wilbert Bannister. Sway Henderson and Chantel Hall were arrested for being agents, employees, or keepers of gambling houses in violation of Florida law. In the past 10 days, JSO detectives, assisted by JSO SWAT operators and patrol officers, served several search warrants. The images and video that are now being projected capture both the execution of these search warrants and some of the seized property. While the results of these seizures are still preliminary and undoubtedly will only increase in value, they are staggering. 263 illegal gaming devices, including slot machines, fish tables, and desktop computers. $2.5 million in illegally sourced cash, 15 vehicles and one trailer, valued at almost $1.7 million, all paid for with illegally obtained money. 2 houses and 1 commercial building. Jewelry, watches, and purses, valued conservatively at $1.2 million, all paid for with illegally obtained funds. And 52 firearms. Again, these figures are early and conservative estimates. There are bank accounts and safe deposit boxes which have yet to be itemized, so these figures will likely change. Likewise, seized property such as houses, commercial building, jewelry, purses, and guns still must be appraised to ascertain their actual value. Even from these early figures, what is clear is that this illegal operation was siphoning huge sums of illicit money to these criminals. While the magnitude of the multi-million-dollar seizures in this operation are truly astonishing, this case is about a great deal more than illegal money. Where there's illegal money, other crime exists. Violent crime also pairs with illegal gaming. During Operation Fish and Chips, there were 2 murders, 8 robberies, and 26 aggravated assaults reported at illegal gaming locations in Duval County. By shutting down these illegal gaming locations and seizing their criminal proceeds, we remove one accelerant that ignites violence in our community. During this investigation, JSO detectives learned that one of the arrested criminals believed that he could operate his criminal enterprise with impunity because, in his words, TK Waters and JSO have other concerns than illegal gaming, but they're actually dead wrong. Operation Fish and Chips evidences that this agency will not ignore any criminal activity. In my public service announcement to those criminals that are involved in this, there's no safe crime in which to engage in Duval County. If you want to break the law, profit off the misery of our citizens, and fan the flames of violent crime, we're going to arrest you and seize the fruits of your criminal activity. We know that there are a lot of illegal gaming operations functioning in this county. So, to those of you running those criminal enterprises, I'm speaking directly to you at this moment. We know you're there, we know where you are, and we're watching. We are wise to what you're doing, and we are coming for you and to stop you from doing what you're doing. So at this time, I'll be glad to answer any questions if you have any.
Sheriff, good morning. I'm dying to know who said that about you and your agency.
Oh, I don't want to divulge who said it, but it's a true statement. It was said. Said we're not paying attention. Well, the fact is we are paying attention. We're paying very close attention to everything that goes on in Jacksonville.
Another question from me. Jerry Bass is someone familiar to us in Jacksonville because he was at the center of the Allied Veterans of the World scandal. You remember from over 10 years ago. Does it seem like he should have learned his lesson?
You would think. But, you know, when you think you got away with something, kind of emboldens you to continue to do what you're doing. And I guess he felt emboldened. And not so much now.
Sheriff, what tipped you guys off to this to start that investigation in March?
Great work by our detectives. Detectives are out there actively looking for violations of gaming laws, violations of vice activity, violations of narcotics activity. And one of our great detectives found out and brought it to me. Staff presented the case, and we said, let's go, let's get it.
Other than Bass, were any of these 12 ever arrested on similar charges before?
I'd have to look. I don't have the answer for you right now.
Sheriff, we were at one of the former gaming locations yesterday, and a woman pulled up and said, I'm glad they finally shut this place down. It goes to show you that citizens of the community are paying attention. Had you heard complaints and concerns from them about these operations?
Yeah, so we hear that. And I talked about this yesterday, that the more we talk about things and the more we get information out to our public, the more our public talks back to us. And this has been very valuable for us. And when we hear these things, 100% we're going full steam ahead. That's why we're here. That's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to respond to our community's concerns and complaints, and we're going to continue to do that.
Sheriff, there's multiple LLCs and other companies part of this ring. Can you explain the process with any investigation like this? The suspects, how do they launder the money? Where do those LLCs come into play? I know sometimes they're basically hiding the money in these other smaller shells of companies.
So because this is still ongoing, and my belief is that we get as much information out as possible as quickly as we can, I'm not going to address that completely because there are still ongoing parts to this, and I don't want to give up anything. There's a prosecutorial process that has to take place, and we're going to keep that close to the vest.
Sheriff, Earl Coleman was arrested on Main Street. I believe he was a bouncer at one of these facilities, if you will, and he wound up getting a lesser sentence than he was initially charged with. Did he cooperate at all or give you guys any information as to what was going on?
I'm not familiar with that. I'd have to ask the folks in our vice unit.
Gotcha. And do we know where they were getting these machines from?
Nope, not yet. Not right now. Anything else?
Sheriff, I feel like gambling laws in Florida are fairly restrictive. Do you think that any kind of, maybe if they were a little less restrictive, would prevent seeing things like this happening?
No, the laws are what they are. And my job is to read the statutes and make sure that people are not violating the Florida laws. And if the Florida law says it's going to be restrictive, then we're going to handle it the way Florida law says it should be handled. If it's federal law, we'll reach out to our federal partners, work with them to make sure we handle business.
And Sheriff, as we know, gambling is also very addictive to a lot of people in our community. Is it safe to say these people are profiting off of people's addictions?
Absolutely, 100%. I think they know that. They know when you get in a business like this, they know what they're doing. They know there are people, and ultimately we're responsible for our actions, I know that. But they know when they get people hooked into this kind of stuff that the draw is, I can keep winning, I can win, I can recover, I can do better. So they know that the money is almost never ending. And when you operate these kind of places, they know they're going to draw a certain crowd. And I absolutely believe it's predatory. All right, thank you all very much. Appreciate it.